Well, it seems to me that Mirabee has appeared at Realgum Tower and is not lying to me this time. So now we can finally go and catch Raticate and or Farfetch'd without being lied to. That was weird. They just were standing there and he didn't even appear. That's the first time that has ever happened to me. I don't think that's ever failed me before. The mirror, that was a first. I gotta say, Mirabee's not nice. Well, why'd you do that to me? All I just want to do is find your mirror ball head. Here we are in the middle of the fight between Mirabee in the semi-finals. We get to hear his music once again. But more importantly, we have Raticate! Yay! You're back! I missed you! I'm so sorry! I'm so sorry. Didn't beat it, my friend. And just like Swinub, just like Shelter, just like Growlithe, just like any other Pokemon I killed, I will make it up to you, and you shall have a place of importance within this team. You shall help purify Shadow Pokemon. You are given importance, my friend, and I will make sure that you shall be in the highest of honor. You will need not worry. You do not have to be with this mirror-ball-headed man anymore. You shall be with me. Raticate is one of those Pokemon that's existed for a long time. I mean, he's been around. You all know him as that guy that can pull out that Super Fang and scare you half to death when he does that much damage to you. Or the Hyper Fang. I think the Hyper Fang does like 2/3 damage to you, or does it do a 1/3? I can't really remember. But Hyper Fang does, I think, a lot. And it's funny, anytime you see that move coming, you're like, oh my god! But then you realize you really can't kill it because all it does is half and 2/3, so it's never going to really kill you. But Raticate can be threatening from time to time with those moves. You just gotta be careful. But obviously, it's not a Pokemon I really recommend all that much because, well, he's not all that fast. He is somewhat fast, not all that fast. And he doesn't have the most power in the world. I think, when the normal type started to get better moves as the generations moved along, then he started to become a little bit better. But I still don't really recommend him. Like, I like the fact that they had sort of a, trademark Raticate in the 5th generation named Watchog. Yeah, that was it. Because I thought the Pokemon that I thought looked incredibly familiar to Raticate was Bidoof. Then I found out he was a water normal type when he went to Bibarel, and I was like, well, what is this? He's a beaver, not a rat. I want the trademark Raticate back in here. And they did that in the 5th generation. They had, I can't remember the first evolution's name, but Watchog evolution is just basically like a tall, I don't know if it's like a meerkat, but it very much looks like a tall rat. It is very much like, I like it a little bit better than Raticate, actually. I think it's a bit more faster and more powerful, but that's Raticate for you. Thank you all for joining me. I'm going to go and try to find the next time Mirabee pops up, because I don't even know when that is. Mirabee, are you going to tell me right now? Oh, I didn't even get to see what he said. My bad. There goes the mirror ball. And here he comes back again! Alright, Mirabee, you have Farfetch'd with you, and this is actually somewhat surprising. He has a better team than before. Yeah, it's kind of weird, actually. Usually when I face him in the wild Poké spots, he always has Pokemon that are around level 30. So this is kind of surprising, but, I mean, I guess he has to step up his game, right? He can't keep being level 30 all day, or else he's never going to put up a challenge. Boom! Take that, Farfetch'd! Okay, I was really scared of using that move because I thought that was going to kill him, but you know what, Farfetch'd? You are a bit more better than I thought. I'll give you that much. But as we all know, Farfetch'd is the person in definite need of an evolution. I mean, my goodness. Him and Lovedisk, or her, I should say, and Lovedisk, desperately need an evolution. I mean, there's no question. Why have they not made one? I don't know. I guess they just like to... They just like to have a joke like, oh, Farfetch'd is so terrible. I mean, look at him. Oh, let's keep him this way. Ha ha. He's the joke Pokemon. I feel sorry for you, Farfetch'd. Man, I wish you would get an evolution, because you look at him. I always liked the way he's looked. I mean, he carries a staff like the wise old man. I mean, he's always looked cool. I always liked Farfetch'd, the way he looks, but unfortunately, looks aren't everything. Unfortunately, you have to realize this from time and time again. It's such a shame. I always like the fact that he has this wood staff and he attacks with it, and it's so cool. And him and Lovedisk, I mean, Lovedisk doesn't really look cool. He's basically a heart-shaped fish I mean, how often are you gonna find that? It's like when Bart found that three-eyed fish in the polluted Springfield waters. How often? I probably would find that, because once actually in my backyard, it was raining so much that it created basically kind of like a mini river, kind of, in the backyard. And I saw these ducks floating across it. I'm like, whoa, seriously, it rained that much? But they were. It was pretty deep too. I was like, whoa, excuse me. But unfortunately, Farfetch'd cannot be as good as those ducks. It was probably a Swanna. You know, that Swanna's a good Pokemon. Dancing and battling, they're not the same, no. Sorry about that, Mirror B, but you are taken down once again. Oh, you! I'm quite offended that you would beat me. What kind of a fan are you anyway? This time I'll overlook it, but I won't let you off if it ever happens again. Let's go escape! Oh, it'll happen again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. This is Mario Central, extra stoked because it's the finale of Pokemon XD. Here we go, showing off our team. Now, if you'll see, a couple of these guys have leveled up. Basically, I just used the 4 rare candies that I had left over. The only one I didn't really use it on was Crow's Effect because, well, it's Crow's Effect. He really doesn't need any more help. He's got enough power as it is. I didn't use it on him, and I didn't use it on Shiftry, because I don't really need him all that much in this match. I needed James to be level 49 because he learns Extreme Speed at that level, and Extreme Speed's a great move. It's basically a way better version of Quick Attack. It attacks first, and it has 80 power. So it's a pretty good move. You basically have to have this move on any Arcanine you use. I absolutely love this move. I mean, it's so great, especially when you come down to the last point, you're like, Extreme Speed, and yeah, you beat him, nice. But here we go, folks. Grandmaster Greevil. So we've even come this far. I had no idea that a mere child like you would pursue me this long. Professor Crane, data ROMs, and the lair. You alone derailed every one of our well-laid plans. Well, perhaps not just you. The news broadcast by... Whoops. However, my Shadow Pokemon plan isn't finished yet. The final act is about to unfold. Oh, he's got some big things up his sleeves. He's got pretty big sleeves, too. Having come this far, I think you've earned the right to know what I have planned. The creation of Shadow Pokemon that permanently resist purification. That was the first step. Next, I plan to create an army of Shadow Pokemon that work independently, on my orders alone. Oh boy, when the second step is done, I will take over the world without having to rely on bothersome people. And now... let me introduce you to my faithful servant, the one that shall become the central figure in Shadow Pokemon Army. Come forth, XD001! Oh, I'm sorry, but that looks absolutely cool. Codename XD001, now freed of all adjustments. I present to you Shadow Lugia. He's going pretty intense there, putting caps on everything. This Lugia is the first of the Shadow Pokemon that cannot be purified. Now let us celebrate the completion of my Shadow Pokemon plan. In advance, fall prey to Shadow Lugia! Here it is, Shadow Lugia, and I have a feeling you guys will be a little upset about what I'm about to do. I'm going to kill it. I'm sorry, but I have to. It's part of my plan. I'll discuss it more as we go along, but I really want to kill it right now. I do not want to have to deal with this man because Lugia is quite a threat. I don't need to go into detail. He is pretty darn good. I mean, look him take a thunder from Ms. Fox. He took it. That's very rare. Even legendaries aren't able to take that. Yes! Oh my god, is this gonna go as planned? Without taking any damage. Oh man, he just survived that feint attack. Okay, that's okay. As long as he's paralyzed, that works out beautifully because now I can just use Shockwave. But, you know, for kicks, let's just try and capture him and see if it'll work. Let's just see. It would be hilarious if I were to get him in the one shot. I mean, that would be amazing. Because I want to catch this man without a Master Ball, but it'll have to do for another time, and, you're not going to. You chose not to be with me, and you chose death. Well, I can't say I rightly agree with you, Lugia, but it's your choice. Die. Too bad, Lugia. Too bad. I'm sorry I can be so evil. Just like Grandmaster Greevil. Lugia! Whoa, he was mad there. He stood up from his seat. He doesn't do that very often. He's been in that thing the whole game. How dare you, child? How dare you defeat my Shadow Lugia, my one loyal subject? There's nothing left, but I will personally see to the total destruction of your Pokemon. That's a little bit harsh. Fall! This is it. Grand Master Greevil! At command without that booster seat. I just ruined the climax of everything right there. But this is it, the final battle. Oh my goodness, we are here, folks. Let's get this underway. By the way, this is perhaps one of the greatest battle themes in all of Pokemon history. I won't let you listen to it right now because I have to talk. I'm sorry. But this battle is so gosh darn epic. It's amazing. The fact that he had a Shadow Lugia is amazing in the first part. I've always liked the way he looked in this game. That's the reason I bought this game. When I first saw Shadow Lugia, and I was like, okay, this is an instant buy for me. I don't care if I'm not into Pokemon right now. I have to get this. What I'm going to do right now is you're probably going to be wondering, well, why am I attacking Rhydon? There's a reason. I want to kill Moltres. I have a plan for this. What my plan is I'm going to try to capture 5 of the 7 Shadow Pokemon that he currently has. This is including Lugia. By the way, if you haven't guessed it, all 6 Shadow Pokemon... Oh, sorry, all 6 Pokemon are Shadow Pokemon. So, we have quite a little bit to try here. Oh, boy. That did much more than I was expecting, as that's good that he lowered his health. What I'm hoping here is that I would be able to capture Rhydon and then use Thunder on Moltres to finish it off. Why you think I'm not using it now? Well, Rhydon has the Lightning Rod ability. It actually attracts any sort of lightning before. But what's funny is I've done this fight before, and I've used Thunder to kill Moltres, and it worked! And he never had that ability. I don't know if it switches from time to time, but I'm not going to take the chance and capture it. Boom! There goes 1. Alright, that's 1 of 5. Got 4 more to go. Now Moltres, I'm just hoping that Ms. Fox hits here. She's been very accurate with it so far, and I've been very impressed. So I want Jolteon to keep doing this because I want her to know that I've been very proud of her from the very beginning. Go, Ms. Fox! Thunder! Yes! Down goes Moltres. Okay, I know a lot of people are probably upset with me right now that I'm killing legendaries, but it's part of the plan. I would rather kill those 2 because I can get a majority of them. My plan here is to get 5 of the 7. So far it's working out. I took out 2 big threats, Lugia and Moltres. Now I have 2 more birds, if you can imagine, and basically 2 more regular Shadow Pokemon to go. So I'm getting there. You're wondering why I didn't just use the Master Ball. Well, I'll get into it once we appear to one of the birds. Right now, I'm kind of thinking what I should do. I don't want to use Feint Attack because I'm afraid of Leave's power. I wouldn't do that instead. Just attack Tauros, get the Thunder Wave going. You know what? I've been impressed with Ms. Fox. I didn't think she would actually make it this far in the fight, so I'm glad I might get the chance to paralyze both, and that just sealed it right there. Thank you very much, Tauros. You've helped me out a great deal. You don't even know. Okay. I'm hoping this kind of misses. Ah, shoot. Attack Leave, please. I need Ms. Fox right now. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. You have helped me out, and you've helped me out by lowering your health. That is very good. I have heard from people that apparently it does half damage every time it attacks, so that's a pretty risky move. I mean, you don't want to use that thing if someone's at this little health. I mean, that's pretty stupid, but I guess they gotta know what they're doing. You know, I've always said how much I respect this game, and this is it right here. You're facing the Grand Master of them all. He has all Shadow Pokemon. I mean, how awesome is that? That is pretty cool. And I admire anyone that does this fight, is able to capture all of his Shadow Pokemon without healing. You know, you can heal with moves like Rest and stuff, that's fine. But don't use things like Hyper Potion stuff, and if you're able to do that without healing, including Lugia, Now, I applaud you for that. I applaud you because I've never been able to do that. I've been able to capture a majority, just not all of them. And I've even been able to capture 6 of 7, but I've never captured all of them. So, you know, congrats to you if you've been able to do all of it without healing, because it's pretty hard, I will admit. I think with this team I would have been able to do it, but I'm not going to do it right now. We've got one Pokemon under control. Right now, I think I just want to chomp down on Tauros right here. I guess I'll just whittle his damage a little bit. Reason why I have James out now is to confront that Shadow Sky. I do not want that thing continuously going throughout the match. So as long as James is alive, I'm going to keep using Sunday Day to prevent this. What it also does is it also makes the Shadow Pokemon use Shadow Sky in return. And this has just been great. Tauros has paralyzed himself a couple of times. And he missed! Oh my goodness. Okay. So I'm going to do here, let's use an Ultra Ball on Executor. I want Executor out of the way, right? Oh, you know what? Let's get rid of Tauros. His power is a bit more fearsome. I do not want that man hitting me with a Shadow End. So let's just call and raise Ms. Fox's accuracy if I need another Thunder. I don't think I will because I don't want to kill anybody. You can see even a Legendary died to that Thunder. So yeah, I'm not taking that chance again. And Tauros is caught! Woo! Okay, that's 2 Pokemon down. 3 more to go. And here comes the legendary Articuno himself. So I won't be talking about Moltres and Lugia on this one, but let's talk about the Pokemon that we have caught so far. Rhydon is not good. If you want, you can wait for him till he becomes a Rhyperior in the last generations, in the next generation actually. And then he becomes really good because he gains a nice ability where he halves moves that are super effective against him. And he becomes a much more useful Pokemon. I don't really like him now. He's not as good as, say... I like Steelix better. So I think, honestly, you should go with him compared to Rhydon. And, who else have I caught? I've caught Tauros. Tauros is awesome. I mean, basically, until Buffalant was introduced, I never used Tauros before. And when I saw Buffalant, I'm like, okay, you know what? I have to use Tauros once. And Tauros is pretty darn good. I like Tauros. He always... I mean, he's got strong defenses. I don't think he has a strong special defense. But he has a high speed, which is rare. And he has immense attack power. So again, one of my preferred Pokemon. Let's paralyze Articuno right here. And Executor, I've never actually used one before. And to be brutally honest with you, I can't even tell you whether it's good or not. I've never used one before, and I don't know if it's good or not. I think it's decent. It's a Grass and Psychic type. It's a weird typing, though. You think about that, that's 4 times Bug. Fire weakness, ice weakness, dark weakness, shadow weakness. So you know what? I probably wouldn't recommend it. It has far too many weaknesses. But he has very similar weaknesses to Shiftry, so I guess it wouldn't make sense if I was just basing it off of that. I don't really know Executor that well. That's one Pokemon I will admit that I just never really knew because, well, I've never really used him before. But let's go with Zapdos here. Now the funny thing is, you're probably wondering, well, why am I using the Master Ball now? I'll tell you why. Every time I have done this fight, Zapdos has given me the most problem. I have been able to capture Lugia without the Master Ball pretty easily. I've been able to capture Moltres and Articuno without the Master Ball pretty easily. Zapdos, on the other hand, has been a different case altogether. Every time I play this game, I would have like 99 Ultra Balls and 99 Timer Balls coming into this fight. And every time I have played, Zapdos has diminished that amount every single time. I would be left with 9 or 10 by the time I actually catch him. He's always given me a tough time, and that's never the case for any other Pokemon game. It's just this game. It is just this game, and that's why I wanted to leave the Master Ball and not use it on Lugia, because I did not want to go that way. I figured I could capture him a little bit more easier compared to Zapdos. Because Zapdos, I've done everything. I put him to sleep. I got him down to the last sliver of health. I paralyzed him. I lowered his speed. I did tons of things. And he still resisted capture. It was amazing. Like, it was funny. The first time we played this game, I never played Pokemon for a long time. So I actually had my friend go and capture him. And the first thing he tells me is like, wait, you didn't use the Master Ball on Zapdos? Are you crazy? And then he comes over and he just does it for me. I'm watching him. We had 60 Ultra Balls. All of them went to waste. Had about 60 Timer Balls. Everything was left except for 5. We were sitting there for hours hoping this guy was caught. And when he finally did, you don't even understand the amount of squeals that we had. I mean, we were young kids, so it was kind of like, yeah! Oh my god, that thing has always caused me hell. I've never... And the funny thing is Zapdos is my favorite legendary bird. Out of the three, I love Zapdos the most. I like it. I like its typing. It's very good typing. It only has a rock ice weakness. It's just an excellent Pokemon. I really like it. Articuno is cool, but it's got far too many weaknesses. I don't like that ice and flying type. It's a bit more defensive than others, and of course you're not going to snag now. But I'm not going to speed this up or anything because I have a lot to talk about right here. Articuno is, you know, it's a legendary. It's going to be good, but its typing is odd. I mean, it has a 4 times rock weakness. It has a steel weakness, a fire weakness, an electric weakness. I mean, need I go on? It's pretty bad. I don't like that typing. Anything can kill it pretty easily. I was even afraid to use a rock tomb on this thing. That's how afraid I am of its frailty. But, I mean, it is a legendary. You can be used, but I don't prefer it compared to Zapdos or even Moltres. I like Moltres a little bit better. But I won't be talking about Moltres quite as yet. I just hope that Mr. Articuno here will capture very instantly. You know what I have to say, though? I'll say this. Ms. Fox is clearly the star player of this match. She has been there since Lugia till now. It's impressive. You know, I didn't think she was going to last this long. Part of my plan was I'm going to get Blueberry and Athena for later so they can take hits and they can use Sing and they'll capture. But Ms. Fox has lasted through everything. I haven't needed to use Blueberry. I haven't had to use him to absorb hits. So congrats, Ms. Fox! Ah, shoot! I thought I would have ended it on that nice note right there. Ah, man. The reason why I'm using Calm Mind is because all of Articuno's moves are special. So she'll be able to take hits a lot more better. In fact, I'm hoping you attack Athena right now to preserve Ms. Fox and what she's done. Ah! Ah, Ms. Fox. You know what? You know what's so cool? She was the original Pokemon. She was my first. And she has been doing it up until this point. She was a star player. Oh, very fitting, isn't it? She's been the star player of this entire thing. The original Pokemon. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm very proud of Ms. Fox. I made a right choice in choosing Jolteon over the others. Wow, how helpful she has been in this match, paralyzing everybody. And now I have a feeling I'm going to be able to capture this Articuno right now, right here and now. Don't betray me, game. I've sat through long and hard with this game, and I want to see my efforts prevailed. Here it is. 2, 3. Woo! Yes! 5 of 7 Pokemon caught. That's it, folks. That is it. Pokemon XD is finished. Well, the story anyways. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a fight. I honestly, wow. I am so pleased. Look at all those names. You are in my Hall of Fame for being so good. Oh, that was amazing. Absolutely stunning. How? A mere child crushed my cherished plan. What? This can't be. It's your fault. I won't forgive. There is no forgiving you. Grandmaster, we're done here. We should blow up Dark Isle with the child still on it. But if I did that, our shadow Pokemon data and our subordinates would be lost as well. Grandmaster, such things can be replaced. We must ensure our own survival. I've readied a helicopter for our escape. We've got to leave now. You're right. Wait! Please wait. You're willing to sacrifice everyone so you can escape? You should be ashamed. Ashamed? Clinging to foolish pride will guarantee Cypher's demise. Cypher must survive. That is our first duty. The Grand Master feels the same way. Yes, for Cypher's sake, sacrifices must be endured. What are you saying? The Shadow Pokemon Factory has been destroyed. XD001 was defeated. Nothing remains of Cypher. Silence! Cypher will live forever. If only this child hadn't. Grandmaster, please give the order to blow up Citadark Isle. Yes, it can't be helped. Don't begrudge us, child. Don't call him father. Call him the Grand Master. Father, you've lost sight of what is important. You got carried away by this whole Grand Master nonsense. It isn't possible to take over the world by producing powerful Pokemon. Just think of this child. This child's pure heart won out over XD001. We were in the wrong. Silence! Silence! Why aren't you showing some spine? We've come so far! Cypher is finished. Father, you yourself should know that more than anyone. Oh. That's right, snake-faced man! Go away! Now, please, stand up. This is how it should be. The laws of the land will render judgment on what we have done. Ah, everything I did, all of it, was a mistake. Thanks to your courage, we were finally able to wake from our nightmare. Thank you. You'll have nothing to fear from us ever. You should return home to your family. Let us meet again. The next time we battle, it won't be as mortal enemies. I will look forward to it. That's it, folks. That is Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Might I say, this has been fun. This has been amazing. I never would have thought I would ever be able to do this game because of how many things there are to do. I mean, you think about all the random encounters there are and how tough this is a game to try and bring the fun out of it. And it's funny, a lot of people like to downplay this series. A lot of people, even Game Freak themselves, even Nintendo themselves, don't like to acknowledge this game. But I think they've made a huge error. This game is responsible for, I think, a lot of Pokemon greatness. You look at Black and White 2 and how great that game is, and I can't help but feel that that game took inspiration from this. It changed the story, it added similar areas, added more areas, and improved upon things in the prequel. And I can't say enough. This game is absolutely stunning. Everything in the past game was improved. They put more healing systems, they made purifying Pokemon much more easier. The animations are so much more crisp and smooth. It actually looks like it wasn't their first attempt at it, and so many things in this game. I mean, it just makes it so much more of an enjoyable experience by just doing those little things, right? and especially the Colosseum to purify those Pokemon, that was a pain. And the fact that they added a more variety of Pokemon in this game, the fact that they had wild Pokemon in this game, I mean, they just made this game overall a ton better than the original. And it's funny that this game got more hate compared to the original, and I fail to see how that's even possible. This game still remains a classic. You would think that it hasn't aged well, but I play it to this day and still consider it my favorite game of all time. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It's not the favorite, but it's my favorite Pokemon game. And I hope you guys realize this by looking at this game. You can see how tough it was, too. That last fight, I was completely focused on the fight. I didn't really want to talk about anything else, and it shows. You know, it's funny, you guys... Make what you will of my strategy. Of course, I don't think all of you will agree with it. My main reasoning for killing Lugia was the fact that I didn't want to use the Master Ball on him, and I wanted to get rid of him and go towards another strategy, and I didn't want to also use the Lugia strategy, which is leave an open slot, and then when you capture him, he goes immediately onto your team. I didn't want to use that strategy either, so I'd be interested in knowing your guys' strategy in this final fight, because honestly, I'm very proud of the way this turned out. I'm very proud of the way this LP turned out, and I know you guys have liked it. I know I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I can without doubt say this is my favorite LP to come out of this channel so far, and I can't thank you guys enough. You've made this a very popular one, and I'm so glad to see that there are so many people that like this game. I'm very pleased to see that, and all I can say is, Nintendo, get on this sequel, please. You have the Wii U. There's so many people that like this game, as evidenced by this small man's LP. You can see how much people like this game, and I really hope that Nintendo would go out of their way to make a sequel. Here's hoping for something at E3. But thank you all for joining me throughout this series. It's been quite a great time. This is Mario Central, signing off. There will be more Pokemon coming, because this isn't the end. We still have to capture a good amount of Pokemon, and we still have to do some side things. I mean, we didn't capture that Bonsly. I can't go and forget that Bonsly now, can I? That's completely important. But this is the end of the story, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I sure did. I really did enjoy this story. I thought that ending was pure brilliance. I really liked the way it kind of showed that Ardos was really the one that was kind of encouraging Master Greevil to go through all of that. So it was interesting. It really was. And once again, I hope you all have a great day, and we shall continue this series. As for what's next, well, you'll find out.